Hey, welcome back to the Milton Price Report. My name is Chuck Charlton, and I'm with the Charlton Advantage team at Royal LePage. And my whole thought process is we write these reports every month. Wouldn't it be cool if I could sit down beside you and walk you through it? So that's what we'll do now. We cover all of the urban and rural areas in Milton in the report, and then we also do work in Oakville, Mississauga, Brampton, even some parts of Toronto. That's where I came from. I know it really well. So my team consists of myself and my wife Melissa. We have another full-time partner named Jennifer, who is a licensed agent. We also have Jenna, who's our client care coordinator. So it's a good team. It's very efficient. We do things really well as a team. So the report itself, word of caution, it's a more general thing. Whenever we're lumping stats together, making averages, it starts to lose its specific advice towards your house. And I'll give you some information, some ways that you can get something that might be more relevant to your situation a little bit later in the report and the video. Now, interestingly enough, when we look at the numbers, for the first time in the last 8 or 9 years, we saw the average price go up in August, which is fascinating. So if you look in the previous years, they've all been down. Now, the drop in July was much more pronounced. So I think if you average them out from this point to this point, you're going to see that it probably looks more like what these guys did. So some of the upswing is related to July really ending up pretty low. Now, what will happen in September is anyone's guess. We're going to wait for those stats and we'll report those back to you. But freehold townhouses, couple little things that indicate to me there may be some changes brewing. And these are those little, it's that canary in the coal mine kind of mentality. So the number of sales compared to the new listings that have come out is the lowest it's been for townhouses. What that means is that the price range is really swelled. I did a bit of a study last night, and from 360,000 to 420,000, which is where most of the townhouses tend to float, there are 95 listings right now. So as a buyer, there's never been a better time for selection. What it means is it's a very competitive price range. We're starting to see some of the townhomes that really need to sell in a hurry on a time frame are really starting to kind of peel back on the price a bit. So days on the market is held. That's just a function of the price range, I think. When we look at semi-detached, we're looking at days on market actually going up to 25, and the longest it's been in the last 5 months has been 17 days. So what we've also seen is that the average price has really shrunk down a little bit. Now, sometimes that can just be the nature of some of the lower sales. But what we're seeing, I know when I go through a lot of the lists, when I see semis asking 440, 450, people I think are jumping to detached homes, or they're scaling back to a townhouse and saving some money. So it seems like in the 4 to 450 range, it's really hit or miss with a lot of these semis, whereas underneath 400, they definitely seem to be pretty active. Now, detached homes, so we're at a 45% of sales to new listings. That's the lowest it's been for a while. We've seen the average price is actually sort of held pretty well. Days on the market's gone up a little bit too. So we've seen in the last even 60 days, we've seen, I broke the record for 939 for New Milton. So we sold a home, beautiful house on Jarvie Crescent for 939,000. Held for about a month and a half, and then a home on Cusick actually sold for 945. So we've seen a couple sales in the 900s, which is huge, and that may be actually propping up some of these numbers here. And what I've noticed is really in that sort of probably 550 to about 750, it is getting tough, and there's a lot of homes that are staying there for a long time. And we're seeing that the month's supply, the actual, if inventory stopped coming out today, we're starting to see that supply number is growing definitely. So townhouses, condo apartments, they're moving along pretty well, and I think that's definitely a function of price range. When you're talking about average prices of 240 and 270, you're going to find interested parties. Definitely, there's still a good healthy demand for them. Now, when you look year to date, comparing, so 42% sales to active listings, right? So about 4 in 10 properties are selling in the month of August, which comparing to almost 6 in 10 year to date, you can see that there's definitely some of that is August, but what we're really going to see is as we get the stats for September, how well did it bounce back? Did it stay straight or did it actually go up a little bit? Average days on the market has just started to creep up to about 26 days. And that seems to be for most people when panic hits, is when, oh, we're getting close to a month, what's happening? It's becoming more and more common, even for some of those townhouses, even for some of those homes that used to sell in a week. They're taking 2, 3, 4 weeks to sell, and definitely buyers have more choice than they usually do. So a lot of good stuff that people have said about us. You can read that in the report here. Most of these are from this year too. It's not like we took stuff from 8 years ago. We probably have hundreds of these. If you ever want to know what kind of a job we do, we could definitely send you some phone numbers and emails just to follow up with those folks. So what's currently for sale? Like I said, we've seen a lot of swelling in some of the price ranges. The 350 to 4 is pretty congested right now. The 5 to 550, there's not a lot happening there. I think there's been 6 sales in the last I think 2 weeks or so. That's really low for that price range. And you can have a look and see what's going on here. There's a couple really nice big homes here too, past the 750 range. And really what we're seeing past 750 is people really want that premium lot, some kind of privacy. That's really what we're seeing people will pay a premium for. So you can check out the website. We've got all the links to the sales activity, townhouse, semis, everything from the last 90 days. We put individual links so you can browse on your own. And then there's 3 things you can do next. So you can ask us for a pinpoint price analysis. It's great we're talking in generalities today, but what's the specific story about your house right now? What's it worth? And we can even guarantee to sell it in less than 60 days. We also have a room by room review where we talk about the things that are the lowest cost, biggest bang for the buck. And what we also tend to do with a lot of people, we give them a not to do list, okay? Because we get a lot of people that say, well, I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that. Look, don't do that, okay? So once you decide to sell your house, it ceases to become yours, okay? That's the best way to think about it. Now you're really entertaining the buyer. You're trying to be the best value to them. And so we'll come over for about an hour and we'll go through a 16-page book and we'll tell you the things to do and not do. And then finally, we've got a silent market of homes, and we have a huge database of about 9,000 people. We do a daily video. It's at miltondailyhomes.com. But that list, oftentimes, I can send an email out if I know a home's coming out, and we can get a lot of buzz and a lot of demand happening very, very quickly. Plus past clients, we've got some other mailing lists too. So even Facebook, 2,500 friends for our team. So we could probably connect with about 12,000 people in less than 15 minutes. And so if you want to share some details about your house, just email, give us a call, and we can see if maybe there's a match. Maybe there's a buyer we're already working with. We work with about 20 or 30 buyers at a time. So that's something to really consider. It could save you a lot of time, a lot of effort. And so they're all free, and you can just call 905-693-9346 or Chuck at livinginmilton.com. And I wish you all the best, and we'll see you next month with more Milton Price Reports. Take care. Have a great day.